It's weird, this. Swiping right and talking screen to screen. Listen, before we can go any further, there are a couple of really important things you need to know about me. I like to shock people. And if you ask me a stupid question, you'll get a stupid answer. My 70-something-year-old nana made me a cup of weak tea, sat me down and asked me, 13, "What sort of boys do you like?" As if I was choosing a packet of crisps. I should have said, "Smoky bacon. I like smoky bacon boys, nana." What I did was sip the horrible tea, look her straight in the eye and say, "Boys, nana? I like boys with big willies." And watched her choke on her custard cream. Let me assure you, I had very little experience of penises at that age. I mean, I'd seen my little brothers, that flashes on the metro, and my dad's once. When I set the burglar alarm off early one morning and he came bounding down the stairs like a berserker in the buff. Never mind the penis, the whole experience was disturbing. What I mean to say is, I suppose I've always known that a willy is the most important thing to a man. That and football. Or rugby, if you're posh. The men I know, the ones I grew up with at least, are what my dad would call proper men. Men with overgrown eyebrows and BO and the innate ability to fix broken things with a soldering iron. Men like my dad who tell you that your skirt is too short for a night out. And what they mean is, proper men will look at you and they're going to want to buy you a drink. And you should really let them, or you might hurt their feelings. But that means you've practically promised them at least a blowjob. Gin and diet tonic is expensive on the quayside. They're going to want something in return. Proper men who don't bother with things like anniversaries or Valentine's Day because it's gay. Or, if he's a millennial proper man, because it's commercialised bollocks invented by Hallmark to con you out of money. If this is the prime shining example of masculinity, then I don't want a proper man. I'll have a shit man, thanks. One who dares to say out loud that he prefers cooking to CrossFit and hands me a tissue when I cry instead of sniggering under his breath. One that understands that my body is my body. And if he's very lucky, he might be able to see it naked from time to time. One who knows to separate the whites from the brights and reads to the kids and does all the voices. And who doesn't call me mental or clingy for expecting a normal amount of decent human behaviour. Like not standing me up when I've rushed home to exfoliate and stick on eyelashes and you just can't be arsed. And while we're on that topic, I want a shit man who appreciates the joy of a fully grown lady bush. It's supposed to be there, and I'm not ripping it out or burning it off for you. You should just be pleased you're getting anywhere near it, mate. The men I know would never tell anyone how they feel, in case that sliver of emotion betrays the scared little boy inside. I want you to let me see the scared little boy inside. I want you to ask for a cuddle when you need one, and not get embarrassed if you shed a tear at the Notebook or Bambi. I want you to be proud if I earn more money than you. And put the tea on if you get in from work first, just like I would. And not piss yourself if I put tampons on the shopping list and it's your turn to do the Tesco run. Oh, and change the Ben's nappy. A shit man sounds more like a partner, doesn't it? So, when you finally get up the courage to ask me what I'm looking for, I'll answer your question with a question. Are you a shit man, Paul?